The book that we're going to read for our conformity unit is called Into the Wild. And you're going to be reading a PDF copy of it. So I'll include the link when we get ready to read it. But before we begin reading it, I feel like it's important that you know what it's about. And so this assignment includes that information. And so we're going to look at what it's about, and then we're going to look at the essential questions that go with the book before we begin. So just a disclaimer, if you look at the top of the assignment, please do not use AI or Google or any sources besides your brain to answer these questions. These questions are just your opinion, right? So just, what's your opinion? So Into the Wild is a biography about a young man named Chris McCandless who thumbs his nose at society. So he is a nonconformist. He decides he's tired of government, his parents, and society's rules. He's in his 20s, and he just decides he went to college, he graduated, but he just decides, I don't want to live by the rules of society anymore. And so he basically has a bag of rice, a rifle, and his kind of crappy car, and decides he's going to go live in Alaska. He's going to live off the land. And he's not really going to do any preparation work for that. He's just going to figure it out on his own and see how that goes. And so I've included a link to the movie trailer so that you can get an idea of what the story is about. So once you've watched the movie trailer, I want you to answer this question. Would you be able to do that? Now, this is in the early 90s, I believe. And so no cell phones really, not like there are today. No Google Maps, no social media. Would you be able to do that for a while? No one can get a hold of you. It's not easy for you to get a hold of anybody else. You're completely reliant on yourself and your ability to survive on your wits and your know-how. And would you be able to do that? Would you want to do that? Would you want to? Would you be able to do that? Explain. How about would you want to? All right, then essential questions. So these are the essential questions that we're going to focus on for the reading of the novel. Of course, our unit is based on conformity and nonconformity, but under those ideas, we have some essential questions. What's the relationship between self and society? So what is the relationship between being your own person and conforming to society? What is the relationship to that? What is success? How do you know when you're successful? To what extent is community essential to happiness? Do you need a lot of people around you? Do you need a lot of friends? Or are you good with a few friends? Do you like some alone time? Is knowledge dangerous? Explain. I think that's an interesting question. How do we construct identity through our actions, interests, values, and beliefs? So, if you grow up believing something because you've been told to believe that, when do you start to question if you truly believe those things, or you just believe them because you've been told to believe them? And what does it mean to be a rebel? So these are the questions we're going to focus on as we're reading Into the Wild. I'll be very interested to see what you guys think. It'll be really interesting. As always, if you have any questions, please let me know. Email me, and I'll be happy to answer that. Or if we need to do a Google Meet, I'm happy to do that as well. All right.